Good morning, guys. Good morning. It's another sunny, beautiful day here in Honolulu, Hawaii. The sun is gradually rising. I love this view. I love this. Got a little pinkish orange in the background. Got the water. Today is Thursday, September 12th. Later this afternoon, I fly out to D.C. I will be there at the protest. I will be there. And it's time for the world to hear us ex-witnesses. It's time for the government to hear us speak out and protect our human rights. It's sad. We should not even have to do this. We shouldn't even have to speak out against this cult. Our human rights should be given to us. We shouldn't have to fight for it. But this is the world that we live in. It is what it is, right? And I am so excited that I'm going to be around hundreds of other ex-witnesses. I am so excited. I'm happy that we are finally making a difference. It's about time. It's a long time coming, but we are finally making a difference. And a lot of these changes, a lot of these radical changes that have been made in the organization, it's because, so-called apostates have spoken our piece to the government, and we're letting them know, hey, listen, what this religion is doing is not right. We are being shunned because we no longer believe in this man-made bullshit. We are being shunned. How is that fair? How is that loving? No one should have to choose between religion or family. You should be able to depart from your religious beliefs and still keep your family and friends. That should be a no-brainer. But because that's not allowed in this organization, we apostates, us ex-witnesses, we have to speak out. And we have to let the world know what this organization is all about. Henceforth, why I'm going to DC. Because enough is enough. I'm done. I'm done hearing about people taking their lives from being shunned. I'm done hearing about little kids being sacrificed from taking no blood. I'm done with this bullshit. I'm done. And I can't wait. Like I always say, I cannot wait until the day that this organization is done with. Brick by brick, piece by piece, us ex-witnesses, we will stand together and we will continue to take down this tower until millions and millions of people wake up from this cult and until there are radical changes. So yes, I will be there at the protest. I will be there. I was just speaking to one of my good friends in Michigan. He's an ex-witness. Oh, he's an apostate. He's in a tricky situation actually. So he's an apostate. He's inactive, and his wife is still in, unfortunately. And me and him we speaking about this just a few days ago. We speaking about human rights and how it's important for people to know their self-worth. And that's one thing that we wasn't taught as witnesses. When we were in this organization, we wasn't taught self-love. We was always taught to put this organization before anything and everything. Yeah, they would say, oh yeah, put Jehovah first. Fuck that. We all know they mean put the governing body leaders first. Whatever they say, we gotta do. Just like Fat Man Scoop. Rest in peace, by the way. Rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. He just passed away. But here's a song. Whoa, whatever I say, y'all gotta do. That song. Whenever I hear that song, I think about the governing body leaders. And like I said, we was always taught to, we was not taught self-love in this organization. We was always taught to put the governing body leaders first. We was always taught to put the elders. Oh, whatever the elders say, just listen to them. Just listen to them. Listen to the governing body leaders like your life depends on it. That's what they say, right? Well, I say, fuck that. Fuck that shit. Fuck the elders. Fuck the governing body leaders. I'm done with all this corruption, all this bullshit. And that is why I'm so happy. Speaking of self-love, this is one thing that I'm still working on, right? But last year, when I came out as a full-blown apostate, I am so fortunate that I was able to call the elders out on their fucking bullshit. Guys, I'm sorry, excuse my French. I'm a little pissed off. I'm pissed off that there is so much corruption going on in this organization. I'm pissed off that millions of people are still trapped. People have literally thrown away their entire lives for this organization. People are brainwashed. I know people who are born and raised in this organization. They are now in their 60s, 70s, 80s, still patiently waiting for paradise. And we know as ex-witnesses, paradise is not coming. It's all a scam. We've been duped. So us ex-witnesses, I'm so happy that we are gonna go to this protest in D.C. I will be there. But going back to what I was saying about self-love. When you wake up from this cult, this is important. This is critical. It is important to develop self-love when you leave this cult. Because remember, this is something we was not taught. We wasn't taught to love ourselves. We was taught to love the elders, to pretty much worship the governing body leaders. We was taught to put everyone else before us. So now we have to do the opposite. And I'm not saying to be selfish. I'm not saying to just, me, have a, me and myself and I mentality. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we have to learn to love ourselves. The same way we woke up every weekend, we used to put preaching before relaxing during the weekends. We used to put going to the meetings before recreation activities. We didn't enjoy life as witnesses. It was always the organization first. So now we have to do the complete opposite. Now we have to stand up for ourselves. We have to love ourselves. Don't let people abuse, disrespect your boundaries. And that is why, going back to what I said earlier with the elders, I am so happy I was able to call the elders out on their bullshit, because they were trying to disrespect me by disfellowshipping, by falsely disfellowshipping me. And most times, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, when elders abuse their powers, when elders falsely disfellowship people, how many stories have you heard where people were crying during their judicial? People were crying, pouring their heart out to the elders. Did the elders care? No, they didn't give a shit. They still disfellowship these people, even though these people were sincerely repentant. So, excuse me. So I am so grateful. I'm so happy that I am the very first apostate ever to call out the elders on their bullshit and let the whole world know that, hey, listen, this organization is run by men with no Holy Spirit. Because if they had Holy Spirit, they would have never reinstated my apostate ass. I was a full-blown apostate. These elders brought me back in, said, you're ready to come back. We prayed about it. Jerron, you're ready to come back. I was not ready to come back. I was only ready to show the world that this organization is nothing but a fraud. From the elders to the governing body leaders, this organization is run by men pretending to have God's Holy Spirit. They're pretending to have God's backing. So if you're watching this video, just keep in mind, we need to start loving ourselves once we leave this religion. Even when you're in the religion, if you're a PMO, Don't tolerate no bullshit from no elders. Don't tolerate bullshit from nobody. Remember, the only person who could judge you is God. God. Only God can read your heart. Nobody else. Nobody else. There is so much corruption going on in this religion, and it makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me sick to my stomach how millions of people are still locked in. And when it comes down to it, right, I say to myself, why? Why are people still, in the year 2024, why are there still millions of Jehovah's Witnesses? Why are there still millions of devout, brainwashed Jehovah's Witnesses? And it all comes down to one thing. It comes down to people needing hope. That's what it comes down to. That's why Jehovah's Witnesses will shun their loved ones in a heartbeat. Because they have it's a false hope, but they have a hope of a paradise earth. They have a hope that they're going to live forever. That hope. And also, it's also the fear too. The fear that, oh God, if I don't listen to the governing body leaders, if I don't listen to the elders, I'm going to be destroyed during Armageddon. This is a fear-mongering cult. It's all fear-based. Once you get over the fear, it is literally nothing to fear but fear itself. You just got to you have to get over that hump. It's that initial hump that you have to get over. Fear from the elders. Oh, I'm going to be shunned. So what? So what? I was watching XJW. This is new guy. This new what's his name? Justin. Here we go. I think his channel is called Becoming Justin. There we go. Yeah, it's called Becoming Justin. He's a brand new XJW. He's telling his story, pouring out his heart. You know, he came out and said, you know, he's a homosexual. He told his parents are diehard, devout Jehovah's Witnesses. He is now shunned by his family and friends. I pray that he's, you know, Justin, if you're watching this video, I left a comment on your video. I just know that you are welcome in the XJW community. Know that you are not alone. You are not alone. But going back to Justin, yeah, he was saying how, and he was real, raw, and authentic in his video. And I love that. He kept saying, you know what, I got to come out. I got to come out because it's going to be this is a waste of a life. If I don't come out and tell my folks that I'm gay, that I'm a homosexual, I won't be able to live for myself. I'm happy that people are finally learning to be their true, authentic selves. We're fed up. Jehovah's Witnesses are, little by little, we're getting fed up. People are getting fed up. Excuse me. People are getting fed up from waiting for the end of the world to come. People are getting fed up for putting their lives on hold. People are getting fed up for not being their true, authentic selves. They're getting fed up. So little by little, I love to hear stories of people fighting back. People standing up and saying, fuck this shit. Fuck this. I'm gonna live my life and do what I want to do. And I shouldn't be shunned in the process. And going back to the protest, that is why hundreds of ex-witnesses are making their way to D.C. tomorrow, including myself. Because we should live in a world, we should live in a society where we can be our true selves. Whether we want to be homosexuals, whether we want to join another religion, whether we want to be atheists, it don't matter. We should live in a society where we can be our true selves and still have our Jehovah's Witness family and friends support us. But sad to say, our family and friends, they are being controlled. They are being controlled by the governing body leaders. And it's time to fight back. It's time to fight back. They want to take our family captives. They want to take our family and friends. They're hostages. In a sense, they're hostages. They're held captive. And enough is enough. So I will be there in DC tomorrow. I will continue to speak out against this religion. And I'm so thankful that people are waking up from this cult. I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful. If you're going to the protest tomorrow, guys, I'll see you there. Until then, take care. I'll see you guys on the next video.